Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching on YouTube. My name is Major Jack Wright, an Honorary Queen's Guard of the Coldstream Regiment. And I welcome you to the first ever performance of the Light Begins Again Singalong 2022, the Platinum Jubilee Celebration Performance. This week in particular, and as also today, is one of many events to celebrate a truly remarkable occasion that most of us, and including myself and my whole family, are going to be a part of. And that is the incredible, momentous and quite remarkable achievement of 70 years and an anniversary of 70 years of being on the throne, and that is all dedicated to one incredible, committed, dedicated and also very patriotic person in the whole of the United Kingdom, and also where I do live here, more specifically nationally in England. And that is Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. As of this year, she marks officially 70 years of being in charge, as not just, of course, as our current monarch, but now she's our longest reigning monarch in all British history. And I am so grateful that what is happening at the moment, and for the next few days, we're going to be celebrating, and this is going to be something that I will never ever forget to experience at the fullest, and honestly, there are no other words I could describe it. But I am so grateful to be here and to see Her Majesty, being of course a very respectful royalist and of course loyalist to the royal family, including Her Majesty, is a very, very honourable thing to witness. And with this performance, I wanted to do exactly that. So what you're about to see, once again, as Major Jack Wright, once again of an Honorary Queen's Guard of the Coldstream Regiment, I'm going to be singing a variety of different songs and hymns that are very close to Her Majesty's heart, including songs such as Land of Hope and Glory, Jerusalem, an official anthem written especially for her by Debbie Ashman, OBE, and also the one to top it all, as one of the most important songs in the whole service you're about to watch, of the national anthem itself of God Save the Queen. Once again from me, Jack Wright, Major Jack Wright to be more specific, especially for this video, once again an Honorary Queen's Guard from, once again, the Coldstream Regiment. I hope you all enjoyed the performance, and to once again Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, throughout the next few days, this Platinum Jubilee Bank Holiday, I'd like to wish you a happy 70th anniversary and Platinum Jubilee, Your Majesty, for what you have done for our incredible, happy and glorious country. And I hope that in the next few years you will continue to rule our country as regal and as patriotic as always. Thanks very much for listening, and I hope all of you at home watching right now enjoy the performance you're about to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Light Begins Again Singalong 2020 Platinum Jubilee Celebration Performance. The performance will begin in a few minutes. What? Everything all clear? Everything all clear?
All clear.
Everything's ready. My wife's ready to be in a few minutes.
That's it, you did enough.
Everything's ready. Dude.
Company!
Where's this way to play?
Good afternoon, madam. May I have your permission to take the phone for the rest of this performance?
You certainly do. Carry on, sir.
May I have your permission to carry on with the rest of the performance?
You certainly do. Carry on, sir.
Thank you, madam. Company! Halt! Good evening, or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Major Jack Wright, an Honorary Queen's Guard of the Coldstream Regiment. And I welcome you all this fine afternoon to celebrate one very special and royal performance of the Life Begins Again Singalong 2022. Today, as of this week, is a very special week indeed for a number of reasons. One, it is a day for all of us to come together, and another is to also celebrate the incredible and momentous achievements of one very special person in every person's lives who have served her country and also the Commonwealth for over 70 years as of this year. And her name is Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And just a few days ago from this year marks 70 years since she was officially coronated in 1953. At only age 27 years old, and tragically, sadly finding out the dreadful passing of her late father, King Charles VI, she was asked immediately a few days after, whilst on a holiday in a tour of South Africa, while she was in the country of Kenya, she would be asked to also do the honours and take over from her late father as the new Queen of England. She has done so much for this country, and I know that for most of you who may be here today are going to be very grateful to not just be a part of this performance, but to also celebrate this incredible occasion, as Her Majesty is the only current living monarch who is the only one that has reigned for this amount of time. There will be a part in this performance where we'll find out a little bit more about her from two very close friends of Her Majesty, of Dame Helen Mirren and Damien Lewis. But with all that to look forward to, this afternoon's performance is all dedicated to Her Majesty and her ongoing service for herself as the Queen on sovereign of not just England and Great Britain, but also the whole Commonwealth. And to start with tonight's performance, and may I add today's performance as well, there's going to be one particular song that I'm going to play to all of you that I'm sure most of you may not even know was a big part of when she was coronated over, once again, 69 years ago, even though She was coronated a year before, my apologies, in 1953. And she had access to the throne back on the 2nd of June 1952. And this particular song that I'm about to play to all of you, so you can remember it very well, that event, like it was almost yesterday, is one that has always been regarded as a very special piece of music and a royal anthem, and a very close one to Her Majesty when she was coronated over 69 years ago this year. This is Zadok the Priest, the Coronation Anthem. Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II has done many things for our beloved country. But like I said earlier on, her remarkable achievement of 70 years on the throne as being our oldest current reigning monarch is one of the greatest achievements I think she could ever have in her lifetime. I understand that the last few years have been quite an eventful few years for her, especially losing just recently from last year her late husband of the Duke of Edinburgh, once again His Royal Highness Prince Philip. But all that aside, it's now time that also that all you, ladies and gentlemen, can now have a part of. You have a part in this very special performance. As I understand, I know I just played that piece, as that was the Coronation Anthem for Her Majesty when she was coronated over 69 years ago. But there are a few particular songs that I'm sure all of us love to sing around this occasion, whether it would be a royal wedding or in once again a Jubilee celebration. And with that, of course, happening today, it's only fitting that I've got a few songs here for all of you to not just sing along, but I'm also going to sing as well, which makes me feel proud to not just be English, but also the whole of Great Britain as well. And to start off, is one that I've never sung before, and I hope you all enjoy it. This is the full version of the British hymn, Land of Hope and Glory. Dear Lord of hope, thy hope is crowned. God may mightier yet on sovereign brows, beloved, renowned, one more thy crown is set. Thine equal laws by freedom gained have ruled thee well and long. By freedom gained, by truth maintained, thy empire shall be strong. Land of hope and glory, mother of the free, how shall we extol thee, who are born of thee? Wider still and wider, thy shall bounds be set. Who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. Land of hope and glory, mother of the free, how shall we extol thee, who are born to thee? Wider still and wider shall thy bounds be set. God who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God who made thee mighty, Thy fame is ancient as the days, as ocean large and wide. A pride that dares and heeds not praise, a stern and silent pride. Nor vows joy that dreams content with what our sires have won. The heroes I have spent still does a hero's song. Land of hope and glory, mother of the free. How shall we extol thee, who are born of thee? Wider still and wider, thy shall bounds be set. God may thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God may thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. Land of hope and glory, mother of the free. How shall we extol thee, who are born of thee? Wider still and wider shall thy bounds be set. God who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I was hearing all of your fine voices and I was very, very impressed by your wonderful singing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, like I mentioned earlier on, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II has done many things during her long and incredible reign of 70 years on the throne. But now, with a little bit more history about her and a little bit of history of how she became, once again, the Queen of currently of England, the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, here is a few words from a person who has unbelievably had the opportunity to play both herself and also a former Queen of England all the way back in the Tudor period of Elizabeth I, Dame Helen Mirren, and accompanied by famous English actor Damian Lewis.
Our current monarch hardly needs an introduction. Queen Elizabeth is this country's longest-serving monarch by some margin and will shortly celebrate her Platinum Jubilee. Brought up in as normal an environment as was possible for a member of the royal family, dogs and ponies featured heavily in her life as they do now. The Queen is well known for her knowledge and eye for a good horse or pony, and has had great success racing and showing, particularly at the Royal Windsor Horse Show. In 1952, the Queen left with the Duke of Edinburgh on a tour of Africa. She was never to see her beloved father, King George VI, again. She was told of his passing while staying at Treetops Hotel in Kenya, and thus, famously, went up a tree a princess and came down a queen. Her sense of duty is legendary. In 1947, as Princess Elizabeth, she addressed the Commonwealth on a tour of South Africa. I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and the service of the great imperial family to which we all belong. The Queen is the longest lived, longest reigning monarch. She is oldest current head of state, oldest serving head of state, has visited more nations than any other head of state, and is the first British monarch to celebrate a platinum wedding anniversary. All that, and she is still leading our nation by her shining example and selfless sacrifice. The Queen inspires us all. Elizabeth II.
God save our gracious Queen.
Long live our noble Queen.
God save the Queen.
Thank you very much, Dame Helen Mirren and Damien Lewis. Now, in particular, if some of you have been watching quite recently earlier on this week, another very special celebration to mark one of many events that happened over this Platinum Jubilee weekend was a performance that happened at one of her royal residencies at Windsor Castle. And there was a particular piece of music that was composed by Debbie Wiseman OBE herself to acknowledge how incredible and noble she is as once again our living monarch. This is the anthem to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Where's that going? Why isn't he holding up the flag?
Thank you very much, your ladies and gentlemen. And like I was going to say, if I can get my words right, my apologies. That was the wonderful Debbie Wiseman OBE composition and an ode to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Now, before we get on with our next song this fine afternoon and to celebrate her Platinum Jubilee, I have also now got something very special to tell you all, to follow on from the great words of Dame Helen Mirren herself. When Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth first came to the throne over 70 years ago, she was very grateful to be a part of this beloved, happy and glorious country, may I add. And she also just recently sent a message earlier on today, just a few days ago in fact, and she said, in her words, "Thank you to everyone who has been involved in convening communities, families, neighbours and friends to mark my Platinum Jubilee in the United Kingdom and across the Commonwealth. I know that many happy memories will be created at these festive occasions. I continue to be inspired by the goodwill shown in me, and that I hope that the coming days will provide an opportunity to reflect on all that has been achieved during the last 70 years of my reign, as we look to the future with confidence and enthusiasm." Now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for another song that all of you can sing along to. And funny enough, Jack Wright himself, who started once again this Life Begins Again sing-along performances, even though this is the first one of this year since he's been away since last year, due to loads of personal, of course, circumstances involving his family and friends. Next up, we have a piece of music which also may not just be a national hymn for the whole of England, but it's also been an unofficial anthem for the United Kingdom also. This is the very patriotic Jerusalem. And did those feet in ancient time walk upon England's mountains green? And was the holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen? And did the countenance divine shine forth upon our clouded hills? And was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic myths? Bring me my bow of burning gold. Bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, oh clouds unfold. Bring me my chariot of fire. I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the time has almost come to the end of this very special Platinum Jubilee Medley celebration. But there is one thing that needs to be done that I'm sure all of you will be doing at some point during this bank holiday, and that is to pay our utmost respect to once again Our Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I know that some of you might know what song is coming next, and don't be afraid to stand up and sing it proudly, as I would now like to announce, just before I sing it, that I will be available for any photo opportunities at the end of this performance, and there will also be some food on, once again, by some of the people who are part of my family here tonight as well. But ladies and gentlemen, now please be upstanding as we now, once again, wish Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II a Platinum Jubilee, and hopefully long may she reign for many, many more years. Royal salute! Present arms!
Stand up. Come on, then.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our Queen. O Lord our God, arise, scatter our enemies, and make them fall. Confound their politics, frustrate their knavish tricks. On thee our hopes we fix. God save us all. Thy choicest gifts in store on her be to everyone watching, and especially Your Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, myself, Major Jack Wright, of once again Honorary Queen's Guard of the Coldstream Regiment, and everyone here from where I live here in Littleport, Cambridgeshire, England, United Kingdom, we'd like to congratulate you on your incredible and momentous and remarkable 70th anniversary of the throne, and once again, your Platinum Jubilee. God save the Queen! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I almost teared up at that because honestly I think that's the most patriotic I've ever sung the national anthem, and I'm sure all of you will be doing exactly that over the next few days with loads of other events that are going to happen throughout this Platinum Jubilee weekend. And I'd just like to speak on behalf of Jack. It is an absolute pleasure for him to return to once again his Life Begins Again Sing-Along performances 2022. And he'll be back at the same time next week, but a lot more later than usual at 7:30 for another very special performance involving another monarch, but who will be brought back to life. But I'm sure he's most well known for having 6 wives and being once again one of the most ruthless kings in all of England, and that is King Henry VIII. He'll be brought back especially not just to perform for you all in something that you had never experienced beforehand, but also he'll be singing some songs from also a musical that is all based on his life, and his 6 wives of 6, the musical, is well included. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute honour to perform and entertain for you all. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of this afternoon/evening, may I add, and I hope that you're going to embrace all the celebrations and all the upcoming events once again to celebrate the remarkable Platinum Jubilee of once again Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Once again, I'll be available for any photos at the end of this performance, and there'll be a platter of food being laid out right after this performance. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of once again the Life Begins Again Sing-Along 2022 Platinum Jubilee celebration performance, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Now please save your applause, as now I need to do the honorary last part of this performance and also this service by marching off and also possibly trying to meet Her Majesty later on today if possible as I return to my regiment. Thank you very much for everyone for watching, and until then, I hope to see you very, very soon.
At the Diamond Jubilee, I stood in and she's asked me to say special thanks to Major Jack Wright, who's made a special occasion for us.
Yay!
She is 96. I'm getting there. But it's been a lovely occasion to say thank you, Major Jack Wright, for what you've done.
Thank you.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching tonight, and I hope to see you all soon. Long live Queen Elizabeth II! The parade will now retire by the Wright. Quick march!
Let's go in.
He's off.